The Buffalo Bills played the Tennessee Titans yesterday at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. And it was a great day. Beautiful weather. And it's a nice day to be out at the stadium. Now, before the game, I'll talk about some things towards the end of this video that happened before the game. But I was really proud of the way the fans interacted as a group with Tyler Bass. A lot of people have been bashing Tyler Bass and really putting him down. Well, you know what? That's not what happened at this game. Everybody was cheering for him, encouraging him, even when he went out for his first kick and after every kick, because he made everything. I love encouraging our players instead of putting them down. Fantastic effort by our fans as far as that's concerned. Now, at the start of the game, things definitely started slowly as, the Bills were on 3rd and short. They throw the ball to Cooper. Everybody's excited for just that quick second as the ball's going in the air because Cooper's going to get his first catch and we're going to get a first down and we're going to keep driving. Well, he dropped the pass and everybody was like, oh no. And then the Bills went 3 and out. And they went 3 and out again. And then they went 3 and out again. And oh my gosh, so frustrating being at the game and just seeing the little reasons why the offense wasn't able to succeed in the first quarter, as they obviously just were trying to build out a few little kinks and adjusting to what that, I've told you, was a really good Titans defense. And the Titans got a 10-point lead on the Bills. A lot of people said they did adjustments at halftime. I thought they did adjustments halfway through the second half, as they did go down the field and get a touchdown. And then in the second half, they showed that they put it all together. And it was still an everybody eats mentality. Cooper had over 60 yards and a touchdown, but it was not we're only going to Cooper like we felt it several times last year. We were only going to go to Diggs. Shakir had some nice catches, several nice catches in a row. And boy, that linebacker's trying to figure out where he went as he juked him and ran down the field past him. Dalton Kincaid had a couple of just amazing catches. And, the running backs, all 3 of them scored. All 3 running backs had touchdowns in this game. And if you had a parlay on that, you would have probably done pretty good. Anytime touchdowns there. Of course, I don't gamble. And then the star of the game was Keon Coleman. Wow. I think he ended up with over 120 yards receiving. And as Cooper said after the game, I still think that was a touchdown. I know the ball was moving a little bit, but I thought he had it long enough with 2 feet down. And then the defensive back hit it and knocked it loose. I thought it was a touchdown, but the referees didn't, and we ended up with a field goal on that play. But it didn't really matter in this grand scheme of things of the game because the Bills put up 34 unanswered points. Yes, that's right, 34 unanswered points against that Titans team. And was a fun game to be part of and to be at. I am excited to see what our offense is going to be able to do here with the 5 wide receivers now that we've got a 5 wide receiver set. As we've got Cooper being the number 1 guy. Then we've got Coleman now settling into a great number 2 position. And the 2 will work together as they did on one play. On Cooper's touchdown, Josh Allen called an audible. He looked over to Coleman and put his hand up like he wasn't sure. I think he did know where to go, but he wasn't 100% sure. Coleman said, yes, run that, and then Cooper ran it for a touchdown. That's great teamwork. So I do think that Cooper's going to draw more coverage now, so Coleman will get more open, Shakir will get more open, and so will everyone. So that's a great addition. We needed those 5 wide receivers. Cooper 1, Coleman 2. Shakir 3. And then we look up here. Curtis Samuel will be 4. He'll be doing the gadget type plays for us. And then number 5, Mac Hollins, as he doubles in special teams. And Mac Hollins had a nice play in the game. I don't know if he had any receptions, but his blocking and getting in the way for Ray Davis as he took out one guy to help Ray get open down the field to run. And then Ray actually pushed him into a couple guys and got the touchdown. And that's exciting. If we can have a great 5 wide receiver set like that. Curtis Samuel did get injured at some point during the game. Hopefully he'll be okay. Terrell Bernard had a fantastic day. He was all over the field, but he got injured during the game as well. He got injured a couple of times. I think his ankle on both injuries. So we'll have to see what happens with that during the week. And there was one more injury as well, but I can't come to me right at the moment. And then on defense, a couple weeks ago, I said our pass rush wasn't up to what it needed to be. And the pass rush is what I've always been telling you all offseason and during the season was going to really help us put pressure on quarterbacks and help us take the team to a new level. And then it just wasn't for a couple weeks. And I challenged on here for Epinesa to wake up. And he did. And he got a couple of sacks. This last week, I challenged Greg Rousseau to wake up. Oh, boy, did he. He put hits on the quarterback 6 times. I believe he had a sack and a half during the game. He was all over the place attacking the quarterback. And that's what I wanted to see. And hopefully we can keep that up. If we can get from each side, the Epinesa, now that they're both going, and Epinesa had some nice plays too. He almost had an interception. And Schmoot was doing well too. He was putting on pressure. On the interior, we had Daquan Jones got a sack. The team on the defensive line really had a good game. And Dwayne Carter on that 4th down stop, wow, a rookie, 3rd round draft pick coming up that big, 4th and short, and he comes up and just blasts the running back, and the Bills take over on downs. Just fun to see. DeMar Hamlin had an interception too. I think the team's really coming together. If we can keep injuries off of us, I think we really will have a good season as we move forward. Heading into the Seahawks game this week, unfortunately, I have to travel all the way across the country, but that's a discussion for another day. So I feel good about our special teams, our offense, and our defense at the moment. As far as pictures before the game, James Cook had his headset on and was really focused for the game, but he did see me holding up a picture of him, so he came over and signed that for me. He kept his headset on, but did throw his John Hancock on there. So you see it right there on his shoulder where he signed it. So glad to have that added. Ray Davis actually came over and talked to us for a while. My wife has become a big fan and has actually talked to some of their family members. She got a selfie autographed from him, and I got this from Ray. And Ray is a great guy, and we're so proud of him being part of our team and the discussions we've had with him a couple of times. And he's just a fantastic guy. And when he ran that in for a touchdown, I wish I had recorded it because he ran it right into our laps of where we sit in the end zone. And that's nice to add. Speaking of my wife, we took this selfie the other day at a game, a couple games ago. And Kingsley, Jonathan, actually asked if he could take a selfie with us. And he was starting to take it. And then Javon Soloman jumped in there and took my hand's shaking, took the picture with us, and they both came over and signed it, and they both said that was an awesome photo. They loved it. I might even make some copies of this and give it to them. because it was a great moment to be with the guys there before the game. More than getting it autographed, it was just fun to spend a little bit of time with them. And Kingsley talked to me a little bit about Syracuse football. Beforehand, Syracuse band played at halftime, and you could see Kingsley go over and talk to or shake the hands of some of the band members after halftime. So that was fun too. Just a great day out at the stadium. Now, one bad thing that happened was for some reason security has really gotten out of control in the pregame. They want to make sure everybody's in the right section in the right seats, but does it really matter if fans aren't there yet? We're lucky enough that we have fans that have told those guys where we're allowed to go and where we stand, and it's really close to our section anyway, so we're happy that we're able to be down there. But a little kid, and they kicked out over like 200 to 300 people from being down there in the front. And who cares? Come on. Let's have some fun and enjoy these events together. And if a fan shows up to their seat, people will move. I've gone to my seat before and people are in my seat. And I just say, that's my seat. And they move. And it's not a big deal. We can police ourselves down there. I've never seen a fight. When I was in high school, I saw a fight. When people got drunk and they'd come to the game wearing other team's uniforms and act like idiots, then there was a fight. I have never seen one in the last 4 years. And security was not as visible as it is now, and it's just out of control. They're the ones causing the drama, in my opinion. It's not even in my opinion. They're the ones causing the drama. Asking people if they can snitch on somebody else and things, and it's all crazy. Can we just enjoy being fans and have fun at a football game? So there was a little kid that was down there by me, and he had a mini helmet, and he asked Dawson Knox to sign it. And Dawson said, yeah, sure, but I got to go real quick. I'll be right back. 2 minutes later, security comes over and kicks the little kid out. Come on. So Dawson comes back, and he asks me where the little kid is. And yes, I've talked to Dawson a few times about his family and things. He probably does remember me as a fan. But I had to tell him that the security kicked the kid out. He said, come on, a little kid? They kicked a little kid out? I said, yeah, they made him move. And so that's just upsetting. I mean, why can't we just let a little kid get an autograph if the player wants to give him his autograph? What's the problem, really? Okay. Now, as far as talking to some other players, let's leave it on a brighter note. I did talk to Dawson and asked him how it was to be a newlywed, and he said it's been fantastic. I asked him how he found someone so beautiful, and he said he was lucky with that, and I said, you sure are. And then he went on to the locker room, and that was a nice conversation, and he so glad to see that his life is going well with his bride. And then Mitch Trubisky came over, and I told him, Mitch, I told Mike Tomlin last year when you guys came here to play us, that if he wasn't going to use you to give him back to us. I wasn't sure how Mitch was going to react to that, but he said, I'm glad he listened to you. Or no, he said, well, it looks like he listened to you. And that was awesome. That was awesome. He gave me a fist pump. Well, with that, I'll conclude this out. And remind you, go Bills. And God loves you! And so do I!